Welcome to the Owner Identity Podcast, where we empower men experiencing same-sex attraction to live a life of purpose and possibility through the power of Christ and for the glory of God. My name is Jason Meller. I am so glad you're here. Come on in, have a seat. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're talking about stewarding our sexual energy in a way that serves others, fuels our creativity, and honors God's design for us. I gave up porn several years ago, but self-gratification lingered. I used it as a stress reliever and a pressure valve. But I decided I didn't want to experience sexual pleasure alone. I want my gift of sexuality to be used for connection, creation, and service. If this is a goal for you, I'd like to share 3 shifts that made the biggest impact for me. Believing that it's not necessary, seeing sexual energy as a force for service, and getting curious about the deeper desire. Let's dive in. I would have a tough day at work, and I just wanted to feel better. I wanted to feel relaxed, and I had gotten into the habit of releasing that sexual charge, and it caused me to be able to chill for a little bit. And I had those chemicals and endorphins that came through my body that allowed me to relax. Another thing that I believed is that if I got a sexual charge at night, laying in bed, that, I'm just not going to be able to fall asleep unless I take care of it myself. But I found that when I told myself that's not true, that my mind had to get on board with that. But for me, it was important to believe 100% that it wasn't necessary. So if that's of interest to you, I would like to share a little bit of science to help you have that greater belief. Our bodies are already equipped with natural mechanisms to handle stress and falling asleep. For stress, your body has the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, which can be activated through practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or even a brisk walk. These activities release endorphins and serotonin, which are your body's natural stress relievers. You don't need to rely on self-gratification to feel calm or centered like I thought I needed to. In fact, over time, relying on it as a stress outlet can create a dependency loop where your brain starts associating stress relief exclusively with that behavior. Breaking that loop is what gives you greater self-agency. When it comes to sleep, the idea that a release is necessary is also a misconception. Yes, it might temporarily relax you, but the real driver of quality sleep is your body's circadian rhythm, your natural sleep-wake cycle. You can support this rhythm by creating a consistent bedtime routine, limiting screen time before bed, and practicing relaxation techniques like progressive muscle relaxation. These are sustainable, long-term strategies that don't rely on a behavior that might leave you feeling depleted. Now, let's address the health argument. Science here is nuanced. While there are studies suggesting that ejaculation can have some benefits, there's no evidence that it's required for optimal health. Your body is designed to regulate itself. For example, if sperm isn't released, it's naturally reabsorbed by the body, a process that's completely normal and healthy. Your body knows how to take care of itself without external intervention. Here's where the psychology comes in. Belief shapes behavior. If you believe you need something, your brain's going to create stories and excuses to justify it. This is tied to the brain's reward system, specifically the role of dopamine. When you engage in a behavior like self-gratification, your brain releases dopamine, which creates a feeling of pleasure and reinforces the habit. Over time, this can create a feedback loop where your brain starts to crave that dopamine hit, even if the behavior isn't serving you. But the good news is your brain is incredibly adaptable. Through a process called neuroplasticity, you can rewire those pathways by choosing new behaviors and beliefs. When you stop reinforcing the idea that you need a release, those old neural pathways weaken and new, healthier ones take their place. Then you can start seeing it as something you can choose to let go of in order to step into a higher version of yourself. For me, this hasn't been about deprivation, but about liberation. It's about reclaiming our power and saying, I don't need this to feel okay. I'm already okay. You're saying, I'm not controlled by impulses. I'm controlled by my choices. My second shift was integrating this truth. Our sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces we experience as men, and is meant to be used in service to others, in connection, in creativity, and in building something meaningful. Sexual energy is vitality. I see it as a charge that helps me feel alive, driven, and passionate. When I waste it on things that don't serve me, whether that's distraction, unhealthy habits, or fleeting gratification, I'm essentially draining one of the most powerful resources that I have. But when I redirect it, I can channel it into something that aligns with a higher purpose. Here is some more science. Sexual energy is fueled by hormones like testosterone, dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These aren't just about physical attraction, they're about vitality, motivation, and connection. Testosterone gives you drive and ambition. Dopamine lights up your brain's reward system, giving you that spark of excitement and motivation. Oxytocin and serotonin, they're the bonding and mood regulation chemicals that make you feel connected and fulfilled. So, when you feel that surge of sexual energy, it's not just a physical response. It's your body saying, here's some fuel. What are you going to do with it? So let's talk about how to channel that energy into something meaningful. Here's how this can look in practice. 1. Pause and reframe the moment. When that sexual charge hits, don't just react. Pause. Take a deep breath. Recognize it for what it is. Energy. Ask yourself, how can I use this energy to serve my purpose right now? This moment of awareness shifts you from being reactive to being intentional. For example, if you're working on a project, take that energy and pour it into refining your work or brainstorming new ideas. If you're with somebody, channel it into being fully present and engaged with them. 2. Channel it into creativity. Sexual energy is inherently creative. It's literally the energy of creation. So use it to fuel something meaningful. Maybe it's writing, designing, building something, or brainstorming ideas for your work or ministry. The act of creating something tangible transforms the energy into fulfillment. 3. Serve others with specific actions. This is where sexual energy becomes a force for service. Instead of letting it stay inward focused, turn it outward. Here are some specific ways to do this. Encourage somebody. Send a message to a friend who might need support. Share a word of encouragement or a resource that could help them. Deepen a relationship. Use that energy to be fully present with somebody you care about. Maybe it's having a meaningful conversation with your spouse, your kids, or a close friend. Contribute to your community. Volunteer your time or skills to a cause you care about. Could you create something that inspires others to live with intention? 4. Move your body with purpose. Sometimes the best way to redirect energy is to get moving, but make it purposeful. Maybe it's a workout that builds strength and confidence, or a walk where you pray or reflect on your mission. Physical movement not only dissipates the intensity of the moment, but also reinvigorates your focus and clarity. 5. Practice gratitude for the energy itself. Instead of feeling frustrated or ashamed about the intensity of your sexual energy, be grateful for it. Say to yourself, thank you, God, for this vitality, this passion, this drive. Help me use it in a way that honors you and serves others. Gratitude shifts your mindset from resistance to empowerment. It reminds you that this energy is a gift, not a burden. The beauty of this approach is that it's not about suppressing or denying your sexual energy. It's about redirecting it. It's about recognizing it as a resource and using it intentionally to create, connect, and contribute. And over time, this practice becomes second nature. You'll start to see that energy as a tool, a powerful force you can harness to fuel your purpose and make an impact. Now, the third shift is about getting curious. When you feel the urge, ask yourself, what am I really seeking right now? Is it relief, connection, a sense of aliveness or strength? Acknowledge those desires without judgment, and then take them to God. Let Him meet you in that place and guide you toward healthier ways to fulfill those deeper longings. For me, I've often sought relief, aliveness, or strength through self-gratification. But what I've learned is that those things are available to me in other ways, through prayer, movement, connection, and meaningful work. When I redirect my focus, I not only feel more aligned with my values, but also experience a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Here's the bottom line. This isn't just about stopping a habit. It's about stepping into a higher version of yourself. It's about living with intention, purpose, and alignment. When we steward our sexual energy well, we unlock a greater sense of vitality, focus, and fulfillment. We unlock more of the potential that God put into us for experiencing more of Him and participating in His kingdom work. If redirecting your sexual energy is a goal for you, what shift do you want to focus on first? Maybe it's shifting your mindset and letting go of the belief that you need release. Maybe it's finding a way to redirect your energy towards service or creativity. Or maybe it's getting curious about the deeper desires driving your habit and bringing those to God. And lastly, I want you to know that you're not defined by how you have used your sexual energy. You are defined by the one who calls you his, and he has great things in store for you. You've got this because God's got you. I'll talk with you soon. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. If you are enjoying the Own Your Identity podcast, leave a 5-star rating and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're looking for more tools and encouragement, visit ownyouridentitynow.com. Take care.